here we have On Track, our landrace board that's been around here for a couple years, and yet even though this hog's got some age on him, he stayed incredibly impressive, and I think actually has as much relevance going into this fall breeding season as he's probably ever had. He is a Change of Pace Secrets Out, bred by McGrews. He was the champion boar at Belton there just about three years ago. This is one incredibly impressive mature boar, and he's proven, and I think we're at the point now where we can actually come back and see where this hog fits on some modern, some of the modern pedigreed land races, especially with the Happy Hour daughters and several of those that have been used just the last 2 years. That first crop of 2 years ago. There were so many of them out of him that won. There was that record-selling boar, and then his littermate sister was reserved at the Expo, and then at the Ohio State Fair, 4 of the top 5 overall were all out of him, and then reserve at the Winter Conference. Just over and over again, this hog won something kind of every time something came out, and then after that season, he got kind of backed off a little bit of him, and now I think it's time to come back on him pretty hard because he fits so well and is just so incredibly impressive. And we see, like I say, he's proven. He's tall-shouldered, he's heavy-structured, he's got an awesome hip and hock. Muscle is good, not extreme, but it's good, and it's genuine muscle. He's one that I think fits across the board for just good hogs that just feed into very impressive mature ones. Hopefully this hog can see some very elite kind of younger landrace sows again, because I think his place is as relevant now as it's ever been.
Well, simply put, to springboard off of what Mike said, you've got a prominent sire when you actually have to slow down his use because there's so much of him already out there. That right there tells you, doesn't matter what breed it is, that tells you that the true value of that animal and the quality. And that speaks for himself. He speaks for himself as you watch that thing hit the grass. I mean, to find one of black, white, red, doesn't matter, to be that heavy boned and that loose in his skeleton, that comfortable in his pastern set as a 3-4-year-old boar, to have that kind of elevation and unique design, and that one's elevation of his tail head and just how he proportions and how his pieces fit together as a breeding animal. There's just so many different things that you can do with him, so many different kinds that you can breed him to. And like I said, when you actually have to take a step back and go search for some more genetics, because that one has been so prevalent and made so much quality, I think that just speaks for himself. I think Landrace boar, that he'll have that name on his pin for as long as he sees fit. I think that hog is relevant for a long time to come yet.